the background noises. It will help us in smoothing the webinar. So thanks Ratish for setting up the base. A very good evening everyone. My name is Sachin. I am IP specialist with LexisNexis India, and as Ratish rightly pointed out, LexisNexis is a leader in intellectual property domain. So we've been working in the market for
Like
close to
Jan
140
Naukate, they have
years,
shared only the link with us also.
wherein from last 140 years we are involved with different domains, which could be technical search, providing computer assisted solution, and close to 60 years we are operating in the domain of intellectual property solutions. Our databases are largest in the world and we are leaders in this particular domain. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen with you first and set up the agendas for today's webinar. Ratish, if you can confirm, can you see my screen?
Yes, it is visible. Perfect. So it's in the presentation mode. So you can
Okay,
proceed, Sachin. Yeah.
thanks Ratish, thanks. So what I have in today's agenda is, firstly we're going to discuss the presentation, wherein the presentation uh, will include some of the pointers from the university perspective directly, that why the IP rights are important, and why patent searching is an essential area wherein even for students, faculty members, the IP cell, and how the IP activities can be increased in the university with the presence of certain solutions. And the next part of the presentation will include actual case study wherein we'll try to pick some examples on, let's say, how a particular idea whichever generated in your mind can be validated on certain platforms. And even if you are not an IP professional or an IP expert, how you can still utilize various aspects of searching in your own idea. So that idea could be as simple as a thought in your mind, and everything starts with that particular thought, and how you can advance or convert that thought into further processes which can later be converted into the patent. So we'll discuss some of the case studies on the platform which is called Total Patent One, as Ratish mentioned in the beginning. So last couple of minutes we're going to keep it for open Q&A, wherein if you want you can directly interact with me by unmuting yourself, or at the same time please feel free to drop in your question in the chat box, and by the end of the presentation I'll try to answer them for you on the go. So before we talk about the solutions and the searching and why it's important, first we should understand that why IP rights in itself, or why for that matter patents, are important from university perspective, right? Why anyone consider this to be important? And the very first and the basic part which you get from the patent is you get the exclusive right in the market for your related invention. So let's say if you have developed certain kind of product, certain kind of idea, protected the same, nobody in that particular jurisdiction can proceed without your permission, without your approval on that. So if you have protected your patents in India, in US, let's say in China, or anywhere in the world, people who want to operate in the same technology, same area, they need your permission to move forward, because patent provide you the exclusive rights in that particular area. Also, let's say if you are a student, if you're a faculty member, work on your research, it's good to have more and more research paper, right? It validates the idea. However, at the same time, if you have more patents in your work, what it usually do, it provides the confidence to the inventors, to the researchers, that their ideas get validated in the market, in the industry. So that is one area where we've seen that if somebody get the taste of filing patent, they literally became unstoppable over the course of their career, over the rest of their life, I would say, and they keep on continuing digging into research area. Third point here is the licensing out opportunity. That is also very important from the IP cell perspective, technology transfer perspective. So what you can simply do is that if you have protected a unique idea of your own, you can try to collaborate with the companies, try to collaborate with the corporates, and in that sense usually licensing out your patents, licensing out your invention can be done in this regard. So this helps in generating additional revenue not only for the university but also for the inventors, also for the researchers who are working in this particular domain. Now, along with that, there are a lot of benefits which one could generate. I'll highlight some of the important one here, wherein from the university side, the students could become much more industry ready. Faculty could get validation of their idea. One could move from a simple idea to the startup or starting his or her own company in any of the domain which you have in your mind. Along with that, collaboration, we've seen those university who have a lot of IP activities moving in and around, their collaboration with corporate is higher than those universities where IP activities are low. And when corporates comes into the university, not only they give benefits in terms of setting up the labs, funding the researches, and also give students the opportunity to work directly with them even after their graduation and post their college life. So there are a lot of benefits which one can generate if you are involved in the patent industry and if you are involved in journal with the IP activities. Now, just to give you a hint of what's the status of the IP in the world. So currently, in presently in 2019, 2020, each year around 30 lakh applications are filed in the world, and this process has never been decreased, except the 2009 part. I think this is due to the recession wherein there was a dip in filing, but apart from that the filing in the world has increasing from couple of last decades. And this shows the potential in the industry wherein 30 lakh, it's not a small number, our patents are filed every single day. And you will be excited at the same time surprised to know that India is one of the top filer in the world, in the top 10 countries, doing better than some of the developed countries in the world, which is doing better than Canada, doing better than Australia or the Russia for that matter. And on an average around 45,000 application comes to Indian patent office every year, and a lot of them from Indian side are filed by universities. Now, those who are not aware of some of the requirements, I quickly highlight this particular aspect. Let's say you have your idea in your mind, and as Ratish rightly pointed out, that you don't want to invent wheel again and again, right? So the very basic requirement which any country has set up to get your patent granted is that idea should be new, that idea should be unique, it should not be known anywhere in the world. You cannot get a patent for a touchscreen mobile right now. You cannot get a patent for a fingerprint sensor in your mobile. You cannot get a patent for how a wheel is manufactured in certain way. So there are certain areas which are already known in the world. So the very basic requirement is that whatever you think, whatever you try to originate, it should be unique in certain way. Now, if I tell you that there are 30 lakh patents filed every year, and you'll be surprised to know the total number of patents that exist in the world right now. So there are around 140 million patent documents, which is around 14 crore documents in the world that exist. So what happened in 95% of the cases, this is what we observed. If you think that you have an idea in your mind which is unique, in 95% of the cases, it is already been protected somewhere. It is already been filed somewhere. So how do we make sure that we pay attention to our ideas are unique? We pay attention to whether it has not been used in the past. The answer is very simple. It's called prior art searching. So before proceeding forward on the idea that this idea can be validated, this invention can be validated, one needs to know whether this idea exists in the world or not. If it do not exist, you can move forward. And it is not just one side of it, like why the prior art searching is important, but there are a lot of benefits which can be generated if you try to move or search around your own idea, or somewhere in your mind, that what kind of patent documents or patent applications exist in the world related to what I have in my mind, what I want to protect or file a patent for. So as I mentioned, there are around 14 crore documents. Chances are, whatever is there in your mind, it might be protected in the world. You should definitely do this search. Secondly, most of the major companies, universities, research center in India and in the world follow the pattern wherein they want to file the patent first and then disclose any of the information to the public, whether it's via a research paper, whether it's via a video document on their website. The chances are very high that Before that, they have filed the patent with the respected patent office. Now, at the same time, if you do not conduct a prior art search, what happen is you file the patent directly, you draft the patent, spend a lot of money on it, you spend your time, you spend your resources in terms of lab equipments and so on. But in the end, the patent will not get granted. The money you involved will be wasted. Resource time, resource efforts will be wasted. So to avoid all that, what simply needs to be done is a prior art search so that you can save on all these sort of efforts. Now, it's not just about just to check whether the same thing exists in the world or not, but at the same time, it's also to take ideas and reference from the things which already exist so that you can have the advancement in your work, you can have the improvement in your idea just by looking at what has already been patented, what has already been provided, so that you can try to bring advancement to it. So it's not just about looking for the same thing, but also in the same industry, in the same idea, one should know that what is happening and what are the latest technologies which are being involved in this space. So similar from your university perspective, you could gauge what Indian universities are doing in this area. If let's say I'm working on autonomous vehicle in India, is there any other universities in my similar competitive network which is working in this domain? You can try to gauge all these aspects while you perform a prior art search before filing or going through the patent office to get your patent granted. Now, usually what happen is there are different processes involved, starting with when you have idea in your mind, you try to evaluate that idea. Then the IP cell of the university take care of protecting that idea. Once the patent is granted, it goes to the marketing team. You are trying to looking for licensee or trying to bring your product to the market. And finally, the deal happen from with the university to that of corporate. So there are certain elements involved. So for our discussion today, we're going to discuss only the evaluation part, that how you by yourself, by themselves, can perform the evaluation of your idea and can move forward to the later stages. And at LexisNexis, our mission is very simple. We want to enable everyone, whether it's a student, uh, professor, faculty members, IP cell, technology transfer office, corporates, research center, government institutes to fulfill their IP goal using our solution. And this is we've been doing successfully from couple of decades, and we are proud on the part that we were able to save a lot of time for our customer, a lot of money for our customers in terms of starting the idea till the point they file good and relevant patents in the industry. So how LexisNexis can help in this particular regard? We have different solutions spread across, different vertical, whether it's about a prior art search, whether it's about drafting a patent, whether it's about performing analytics on patent to see, what other companies are doing, what other universities are doing, how can I improve my technology, how the market is behaving, and so on. But for today's discussion, total patent one is something which we're going to discuss, as I believe this will provide a lot of advantage to the university work, to the student work who want to conduct or get to validate their idea on the platform. One particular thing about total patent one I would like to mention here is that Indian Patent Office is also using total patent one for their official work. So what does that mean? That any patent you file in within India, within Indian Patent Office, so chances are that it is validated and scanned on our platform only. So all the 45,000 applications or publications which they receive on the platform, chances are that those applications are scanned and validated using total patent one only. So this is officially being used in the same area. So what you can expect from a solution is that there are 14 crore documents in the world, right? They are filed in India. We file them in English. In US, we file them in English. In China, people file the documents in Chinese language. In Japan, they file in Japanese language. And similarly, every native country has their own native language. But idea has no boundary. So how do we make sure that if a technology exists in China and being an English user, how can I study or read those documents? So what we basically do, we collect all the documents in the world in different language also, and converted those documents into the English part, so that if you type some keywords, if you type in some text, then even those documents which were not originally in English can be accessible to you, so that you can try to see if some of your area, some of your ideas are filed in China, in Japan, in Taiwan, or Germany, or in in France. So you get to see the documents which are filed in non-English language also. We are trying to do some tips and tricks on how to make it more easy, how to make it more comfortable. So we have achieved a level wherein you can simply type couple of keywords. You can filter down very easily from a clean data of 14 crore document. Select the documents which are there in your own preference and do your work accordingly. So without spending much time on Total Pattern one presentation, I'll like to take you guys directly to the solution and show you some of the example which we can uh, encounter over there. So let me just in case, let me just check if there are any question at the moment. We can try to answer them. Okay. So this is how the homepage looks like for the solution. And for today's case study, I'm going to pick one example. And let's say any of a student or a scholar or anyone is working in a domain of smartwatch. They are very popular these days. Apple, Samsung, all the good companies are launching the products in and around, try to do improvements over there. So let's say a student comes up with a very basic idea wherein they have or want to develop a smartwatch, right? That smartwatch could contain, let's say, blood sensor, right? Sensors which can scan the blood or blood oxygen level or something like that. I'm not sure if blood sensor is a thing. Then couple of more sensors, maybe heart sensor, right? In our smartwatch, we want to have a sensor which can scan the oxygen in the blood. We want to have a sensor which can sense the heart rate. Also, we can try to add more element. Let's say it should have a nice LED screen on the top. So what I basically did here on the platform is I typed in some keywords basis upon my idea. That is, we need a smartwatch, right? That smartwatch contain couple of these keywords, or you can say the technology elements. This could be, as broad or as little as possible, right? One thing I did here is every patent contain four basic element. One is title, which is very small. Then abstract, a brief summary of the patent. Claims, what you want to protect in the invention, and then the description, which is like long, lengthy, in detail description of the patent. So it is up to you that where you want to search those element. So if you search in title, this will be a little narrow, and if you search in description, the result will be much more broader. So in this case, I'm trying to simply search smartwatch in title, and then blood sensor in title abstract, and then heart sensor in title abstract claim, and so on. So this is up to the user how they want to proceed with this particular area. You don't need to have a professional knowledge of where to search, how to search. You simply need to have certain ideas on the keywords, and you're good to go in terms of searching those documents. So what happen is, let's say if I click on the show results, so there are around 2,700 documents which simply talk about smartwatch, right? Out of all the 14 crore document that exist in the title, there are around 2,000 document which talks about smartwatch. And if somebody is thinking that smartwatch is a unique idea, then no, it's not, because a lot of work has already been done. One could see here that the number CN is there, uh, number KR is there, which means it's a Korean patent. Then some US patents are there, which means it's a patent which is filed in United States. So what I want to achieve from here is to see what kind of work has done in this particular aspect. Okay, so smartwatch is there. I read that okay, this is a smartwatch, right? I can see from the images this is the smartwatch which is presented there. Some sensors are on the back side of it. I could see that this is a very latest granted patent because it's a 2019 November patent, and one can see that it is a granted patent, which means it is already protected. If the patent is newly filed, the status will come here as application. So what does that mean? That application is there, but it is not granted yet. Granted patent is the final rights which a owner get from the patent. So I go a little down. I try to read this particular result which talks about the smartwatch is there, and this particular design uh, contains some sort of straps, some sort of areas to explore it on a better way. Second patent we open, it says that this is a smartwatch patent, but this is seized, which means that somebody filed it, but then they didn't care about this patent and it is now seized and it is no longer active, which means that this patent can be used by anyone and the owner do not have the protection for this particular patent. So if I talk about going little down on the part wherein we want to understand what this patent particularly contains. So it contains, global positioning system. I could read from here that it is very convenient to wear kind of a watch. Then some PCB boards are there in this watch, right? Let me just type sensor and to see if there are any sensors involved in this patent. Opening up the second patent, right? We want to see this is a patent which or a watch which contain OLED device, AMOLED device. So what basically happened is we started from a smartwatch area, right? We didn't typed the OLED or the LED, but it is still showing these kind of patterns. So one could read that okay, OLED is something which may or may not be integrated in my work also. If I try to bring some advancement in OLED used in smartwatch, one can take a very small reference from here and try to improve that in his or her invention. So it become very easy when you try to work on these areas. I think we have some questions coming in. Let me just try to see. Okay. So the question is that can we perform the chemical structure search in this database? So chemical structure search is a search wherein one can create or generate the chemical design on the platform, and the system will find out the similar structures which are there in the patent. So the clear answer to this is a no, that you cannot design the structure here on total pattern one. But one trick which our pharmaceutical clients use a lot is that they type in the IUPAC name here. So every structure has a hybrid or a IUPAC name. So if that is something which then by typing the IUPAC name, you can go in the global database and search with the help of this. I'm purposely not explaining, some of the tricks to further advance these methods, like some operators, some hashtags, and everything, because that is something we can definitely discuss once we try to see how total pattern one is used by students in the university. But within this webinar, I just want to provide the idea that what kind of work or what kind of searches can be done on total pattern one. So now we are still moving in with 2700 patents related to smartwatch industry. But let's say if I further want to analyze or see deeper details to total these database, then how can I do it? Then we have one option available, which is say filter. And let's say out of those 2700 patents, I only want to see the patents which are granted. So I can see that there are around 1700 patents which are granted in smartwatch domain, which means that they are already been protected. And if smartwatch is something which you are operating in, then you should definitely know about these sort of patents for you. Similarly, I can see what kind of patents were lapsed. Let's say 464 patents no longer exist but filed by some inventors in global parts. So one could see that why they are not no longer active and so on. Similarly, let's say if I'm working again in a smartwatch, right? I will definitely not work on the strap of a smartwatch, because every watch needs strap, and there could be innovation in terms of design, but strap itself is not an innovative idea. So I only want to understand those areas which are recently filed in 2020 and 2019, because they will be advancement of the patent which are already been filed. Let's say Apple filed smartwatch patent in 2010. They will not file the same patent in 2018, 2019. They will file something which is innovative, something which is unique and might disrupt the industry again. So I can simply click on some areas and we can only see those patents which exist in 2020. So even in the COVID time, you can see that around 1,000 patents were filed dedicatedly in 2020 till now. However, 2020 is still not over, so one could see the innovation happening in this particular domain. Similarly, along with that, we can also filter out our search or our study basis upon the countries. Let's say if I'm interested only in Korea, I want to see what's happening in Korea and the patents in and around that, I can do that. Similarly, I could see that there are around 13 patents which are filed in Indian jurisdiction in the same domain. So these kind of patents in my own market, I would see like who is working in this domain, why they are filing this kind of patent. And if I click on Indian patent, I could see detail here of original assignee. So it say that LG Electronics filed this patent. Let me switch on to other patent. Then this Sense Semi Technology is one company which filed the patent. Mr. Joe Martin filed patent in India. One could see the images and the design. I will come back to this in a while. And then one inventor without any university, without any company, directly filed the patent, Priyanshu Coker for this part. So let's say if some of the patents, we select, we want to go in deeper detail. So as you can see, like on the left side, you can start your work. In the center portion, you can view your work. And if I click on the right side, very easy, you can try to read your work. So any patent which you select, you can read it on the right hand side. So let me give you some of the options which are available here. I go in the description element. Description is the document area which contain the description or the length in very details. So one could see, each and every single element mentioned in this particular smartwatch Indian patent in detail, just to see, what has been protected, what has been filed in these particular element. I could quickly read if smartwatch has a Bluetooth system, Bluetooth physical switch. Now, this is something we didn't discuss, right? But I think it's nice to have a switch on a physical watch, wherein one can active and deactivate the Bluetooth on the go. So these kind of things, as a student, as a researchers, are something which may not originate originally in my mind, but now I can see, okay, Bluetooth is something which could be applied to smartwatch. Although I could not apply it in the same way, but I can try to think how or what kind of innovation I can do in this Bluetooth space in the smartwatch. So it comes very handy not only to get your idea validated, but also to see what's happening in and around that idea moving forward. So just like I mentioned earlier, the file tab is there so that one could see this patent is filed and not granted yet, even after 4 years. So it was filed in 2016, and maybe the invention is not new, maybe the invention is not unique, and that is why it is not granted till now. Or one possible reason could be that the inventor didn't do the prior art search. So one could see, that even after 4 years, if the idea is not new, if the idea is not unique, you will still not have your patent granted. So if I know that these are the areas where I don't want to file my patent, then you can expect your patent to get granted in, I think, around 2 years or 2.5 years time. That too in India. Initially, Indian Patent Office used to take a lot of time, but the timing has recently been improved by them in terms of the effectiveness. So similarly, let's say this time there are only 13 results. Sometimes there are 50 results. Sometimes there are 100 results. I don't have time to go through all these results time to time again and again. So if I quickly want to evaluate or see that what's happening in this domain, I can choose this grid view and I can try to read multiple patterns on the go. So I can see that this watch is there, this watch is there, then the strap is showing in some patterns. If I move a little forward, this is strap, this is some analogous watch, this watch is there, This is talking about some interface and switches. Some buttons are there on the design. uh, Patent number 16, it talks about the mechanism to attach a strap in the patent. This look pretty interested. Let me just try to see what it is. So a mechanism wherein there is a smartwatch and a click mechanism to attach the strap to the smartwatch. So these kind of things can be easily done if you are operating on total patent one related to your particular idea. Back to the main page again. Now let's say we talk about only the smartwatch here, but I want to see what's happening in smartwatch related to things in India. So if I type India here and show results, now what happen is smartwatch will be there patents, but only the Indian market. Although it is recommended when you do a prior art search, searching for idea, do not limit it by country, because examiner will not care if the prior art or the patents which exist in the world are found in India only. He will look for the prior art anywhere in the world, and if he found one, he will reject your application. Doesn't matter if it's in India only or in US or anywhere in the world. So one could simply do this work here. Next here is, let's say if I simply want to see smartwatch patents which only originated in or after January 2020, I could simply select a date here. And now what will happen? I will see smartwatch patent that too, uh, which originate only in 2020 element, so that I could see the cutting edge elements in and around that. Some of the areas which I would like to highlight for the flexibility, we do not expect you to complete your work in 15 minutes or 20 minutes. It will take maybe couple of hours if you get used to working on this, and if you want to take a break while you use Total Patent one, so there is an option wherein you could save your work in the folders. So all the 2000 patents, if I simply click on save to folder, everything will go. Just a moment. Everything will go and will be saved in these folders, so that you can take a break, come back, take a break, come back, and try to finish your work in and around the technology you are working in. So usually what happen is some of our students in working in the university, what they do, if they like something, you can simply comment here that this is good knowledge for me. I need to calculate my decision and something like that. If you want to share it with your faculty, with your professor, you can save it. You don't have to go anywhere else. Just show this to your professor and it will be highlighted back here on the go, so that you can remember that out of 10, 15 or 20 top prior arts which I read, what kind of things I need to discuss with my colleagues, with my superiors or with my juniors for that regard. Similarly, one could when we talk about these elemental area, one could limit the things by the company also. Although again, like everybody know, Apple is there, Google is there, Samsung is there, who are working in these technologies. And if you want to look at the knowledge and the patent which are filed by Google or Samsung or Apple, you could simply type in these keywords here, click on show results, and we will do the rest of work for you. So very easy when it comes to from a student perspective, from a university perspective, in using these kind of things and tricks on the platform. So I'll take a moment here to check if we have any questions so that I can answer them considering the limited time we have. So we have one question from Fiona. Can we get licensing details of patents in this database or details of patent pools where patents are part of? So Fiona, this total patent one is a dedicated patent research product wherein you could only get the information on what kind of patent that exists. So in terms of licensing, that information is not available, because what happen is usually that information is confidential. So let's say if your university has made a deal with any corporate, and in most of the cases that deal remain anonymous, how much the corporate paid to you, for how long this contract will go, whether you will pay some amount to the inventor and so on. So that kind of details are usually confidential and are not available to the public domain. So no, that information is not available. What is available in extra to that is the legal element of any patent. So what does that mean? Let's say if there is any litigation in US, smartwatch is there and some case is going on this patent. Google has filed certain complaints against its competitor and things. So that kind of information you can see that okay, if a litigation is going on for a particular patent, then that patent is very important, right? It's a very important patent. Somebody has sued it in the court itself. Usually in India, that percentage is very less. That do not happen very often. It's a very troublesome process, courts and legal work on the patent side. But litigation information is something which you could easily see on Total Patent One. So we have another question. Does the database have access to rejected patent application? Thanks for the question, Srinath. So yes, as I explained a little bit earlier here, so if I go on any patent pool, let's say there are 2,700 or thousands or tens of patents here, and if I simply click on this element seized, so if I click on this seized box here, what I'll see is that these are the patents which are seized and no longer are active or granted or have lapsed in the market. So one could see these rejected documents, or could be like if examiner has rejected it or if the companies has rejected it because they do not want to pay the fees in and around that. And to go in further detail, the seized tag is shown here. And if I click on legal element, so I could see that why this patent is seized, because it say that fees is not paid. So it's a small rule from country to country that every fourth year or every eighth year you have to pay some marginal fees just to maintain your patent active. If you do not pay your fees, then the patent expire and now anyone can use it even without your permission. So this patent particularly lapsed because the assignee or the inventor didn't pay the fees in the United States, even for this granted patent. So this is a granted patent, and they didn't pay the fees for this particular area. So yes, you could see the information on the rejected elements. Examination report. It's a question from Mohammed Ferris. Examination report. I understand Mohammed is are the one which are generated or created by the examiner and sent to the inventors. No, the examination reports are not available because they are very limited to country, public to public. So if you want to generate the or get the examination report, only I think US and WIPO are the countries which publicly share the information on these information. Otherwise, if you see examination report of China, examination report of Japan, examination report of Taiwan, they will be in a local language, which will be, I think, no value to a English user. So US and WIPO examination reports are easy to get, but for the other part of the world, they are available on the regional databases, but not with the Total Patent One at the moment. Yes, Mohammed, Indian examination report, they are available, as I said, are available regionally. So Indian Patent Office send add the report on the in pass, and then US to the USPTO. Similarly, WIPO, they generate examination report. Although WIPO is not a granting authority, but they generate search report and add that in relation to that patent. So it depends upon region to region. So regional areas provide examination report, but as of now, as we want to provide the accurate and the most comprehensive information, and I said due to the reasons that other countries do not provide their data that publicly or the language barrier is there, we do not have the examination report attached to each and every patent. Next question we have, it's from Ratish again. Does it cover the litigation detail pertaining to a particular patent? Yes, Ratish, you are absolutely right. So let's say if there is a patent which is involved in litigation in US. So let me just try to open one document and one option I'll show you. So you see this legal tab here and this court link. So court link is a LexisNexis database wherein all the litigation information of United States are mentioned in total patent 1. So that means that every litigation that happens to any patent in United States is mentioned in total patent 1, and you could see that what is the status of this case, what sort of documents are available in this case, what kind of patents are involved in this litigation. So yes, you can see those tags and report to each and every US patent which is litigated. So this patent is not litigated, so we will not be able to see the detail here, but if it's litigated, then we will see it. The next follow-up question is, does it also cover the Indian patent litigation as well? So no, Ratish, it is for now only to United States, because in our experience, 90% of the litigation which happen in the world, meaningful litigation happen in the United States. And when we talk about the Indian litigation area, it's very marginal. It's very small. Once in a 10 year or 5 year any litigation happen in India, and that litigation take 5 years, 10 years, 13 years, for that matter 15 years of time to reach to a conclusion. So litigation space in India is not very active, hence no data for Indian litigation scenario. For now only the United States. We have next question from Vijita. Can we do market analysis of particular invention? Thanks, Vijita, for this wonderful question. It is important to understand the market. Like, let's say if I'm a Indian, I'm working in Indian market, I should definitely know what is the scope of that particular idea or invention in my market. So how do I do that? So on total pattern 1, to some level, yes, you can do the analysis of the invention in market. So if I click on this filter tab here, so there are certain filters which are available, and these filters, they allow me to give some information on the different jurisdiction. So I can see that out of these 2000 patents in this particular smartwatch domain, most of the patents are there in China. So one can see that China is the most active country in this regard. Then there are some patents filed in Korea, then US. India is there in the top 10, but it's on the number 8. And there are less patents filed as we compare it to the Chinese market or US market, or for that matter, Korean market. So this is one part of the market search which you could do. As I mentioned, we have separate platforms for doing analytics on the patent set, that is called Patent Site, which is our separate platform if you want to get deeper into the markets, deeper into the technologies, deeper into the assignees or the competitors. That is something you could perform on our different database. So in total pattern 1, you can get to see the idea, but to a certain level. Any follow-up question, guys, please feel free to type in those question. And also, if you would like to interact directly, you can unmute yourself right now and we can interact with each other. So totally up to you. It's about time. It's almost 7:30, but as we started a little late, we'll still have more time to discuss on this aspect. So we have further follow-up question from Mohammed, working of patent. Mohammed, I'm sorry, I didn't get the question, the context of the question. So if you could elaborate a little bit more on what you would like to gather as information,
Sir,
I'll be more than happy to
sir,
answer.
hello, could you hear me?
Yes, 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 please,
Yes,
Mohammed,
sir.
please. Hi.
I think there is a working of patent is to be registered in India in per year or something using a form. So like that, we
Mm-hmm.
can understand whether a patent is working, a granted patent is working or not. Because so we can understand a granted patent is whether working or is it not working. That thing we can get to know now by looking
Uh,
into the
mm,
working.
mm. Absolutely,
Yeah,
Mohammed.
that aspect.
I think I get the context of the question. Thanks for the question. So there are certain stages and steps which are involved in any patent, right? Let's say just because you filed a patent in India doesn't mean that you have the exclusive rights for it, unless or until you fight for it or get your patent granted. So there are two stages, right? When application is filed and when the application is granted. So as I shown the filter on the total patent 1, yes, you could filter out the granted patents, that what kind of patents are granted exclusively in India. So one could see the filed patent, one could see the granted patent, and one could also see the lapsed patent. So if you look at the granted patent, absolutely I go with your question. It gives you more sense that what has already protected, because you can file anything in the world, nobody is stopping you, but only the unique and new things will be granted. So a lot of our touch points or customer, what they do, they search for the ideas globally, then they filter down those ideas to the level wherein they want to see only granted patents, so that they can see the scope of that particular idea in that particular jurisdiction. Mohammed, I hope that answer your question, that yes, you can filter out these areas here. So we have a hand raise from one of the attendees. Please feel free to unmute yourself and we'll be uh, happy to discuss things with you.
I think it was Amar. Amar, did you raise it accidentally, or would you like to pose a question to the resource person?
Sir,
Santosh Kumar,
actually,
sir,
I have
yes.
the same question as Paris, sir. That form 27
Okay.
available or not. I just wanted to know.
Okay. Okay, I get the context of the question. So that is the part which is altogether different space, wherein that goes to the preparation of the patent document, and that is something which you need to download separately from the Indian Patent Office website. You need to provide in your information, and some of the things I know is that everything is online on the IPO website now, so you could simply submit it over there. So it's very easily available on the IPO website. You simply need to download it and fill it according to the same. It divert us from our purpose of the TP1, which is basically once you are sure that this is the idea which is good to go, then is the next step, which I think IP cell or the service provider or a patent agent can help you with in terms of filing the patents. But one of my recent students in some of the university, they spend like 3-4 hours in understanding the process, and now they are doing the patent filing work by themselves. Usually a agent charge around 20,000, could be 30,000 or 50,000 to file a patent, but if you have certain understanding of how the IPO work, you can do this directly by yourself. So I would recommend people who are involved in the IP to get more information on Form 27 and the other available information on the IPO website. We have a hand raise from Santosh Kumar and also from Amar Raj. Please feel free to unmute yourself
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I'm Santosh. Yeah, I'm from Kusai.
yes,
Yeah. Okay.
please.
My one doubt is that, see, whenever we make a patent search or when we file it, normally the searching we are doing it globally. But no, whenever we get a patent, normally no, we get an Indian patent. One
True.
thing. Is the same thing going on with China and other countries also?
True, true. Great. Thanks for the question, Santosh. So you're absolutely right. Whenever a patent is granted, it is granted only for that particular country. If you file with India, your invention will only be applicable in India. You cannot go to the US and say that, okay, I have a patent in India and now I have rights in US. No. Every country you need to go differently if you want to protect your invention. But what happen is, if you have filed something in India, after 1 year, after 2 year, somebody in US want to protect the same thing, so he cannot do that.
Okay.
Reason being, technology is a global technology is not bounded by country. So US examiner will look at your work in India, he will look at your
Okay.
patent in India, and he will say that, okay, this is filed in India, this is available in the world, so we cannot give you any patent for that. So patent jurisdiction rights are local, but the impact when you file anything is global, because China, Japan, Taiwan, Korea, all the PCT members, around 100 or 100 plus members, they follow the same criteria, that nothing should
Okay.
be available anywhere in the world with any patent office.
And is there any way of expediting? Because the even patent, when I've been working long for filing a patent, maybe around 7 to 8 years earlier,
Mm,
of course. But
mm,
when Ritesh sir has come to COSAT, we have been no filed one patent to them, and we got one published as well. But no, it normally takes a lot of time, and people even though they have an idea or concepts, even many of my students also. So how to
mm.
go, where to go? That is a big question. So
Absolutely.
is that we not still lacking behind for this one, even as on date also? Because we have, of course, one in CUSAT, but still for
Mm,
the other universities and other people, say even if you take the case of Kerala alone, so there
mm,
are a lot
mm,
of people and a lot of are they not reaching? You see, I'm just making a small comparison with China and all.
mm, mm,
Now you
mm,
said
mm,
about the watch cases itself and many other
mm.
things. We have lot
Absolutely.
patenting coming up with China, but here,
Mm,
because I'm
mm,
doing in an agriculture domain, there are a lot of
mm.
ideas and concepts which has been not on. It is still with the farmers, and it has never reached to the public or to the
Absolutely.
other man because of their illiteracy and all.
Mm,
So,
mm,
is
mm.
there any such platforms or ways how we can reach to the more people? And it's not that we don't lack ideas. It's only thing
Mm,
is that how
mm.
to get it approached and get it done. That is one of the
Absolutely, sir.
main problem I think, which is we India are lacking in this patent filing. So, is there any
Ab-
solution for that one? Approaches for that one?
Absolutely, sir. Sir, I like your views on this aspect. They are very straightforward. And you're absolutely right. If we try to compare our work with that of global counterparts, the difference is very big. Because in India last year, we were talking with the IPO guys, and around 47,000 or 48,000 applications were filed in India. And in the same year, if we looked at Chinese numbers, around 10 lakh patents, 10 lakh applications were filed there. So one could see such an exponential difference is there. But now what's happening is government, Indian Patent Office, DIPP, they
Yeah.
are trying to boost IP knowledge in India even with the help of UGC. So what UGC did, they made it basically compulsory for the universities to have IP cell in their university so that they can try to have some activities, boost the IP activities
No.
in their area. The government is also providing the financial support to universities. So one of our customer, he recently got around 25 lakh grant from the government just to set up the
Oh.
IP cell and IP activities in their university, including that having a database, having a platform within the university itself. But sir, coming to your question on a part that is any solution available where we can reach to the people, as of now, sir, no. Because it's slowly improving in our own country, wherein every university is
Okay.
taking interest, research centers are taking interest. A lot of American corporates
Okay.
are filing patents in India, so things are improving,
Yeah.
but there is no centralized platform where we can try to, transfer the knowledge. We are having this webinar. We are interacting with 20 people at the moment. Similarly, a lot of other
Yeah.
people are also doing the same sort of activities. So things are improving, sir. Things are
Okay.
bright, and I think government is actively involved in boosting this particular aspect, wherein to have a IP cell and IP knowledge from the university perspective.
Okay. 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 Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just
Thank
to add on to, sorry to interrupt, Sachin, just to add on couple of points to what Santosh sir was asking. With regards to fast tracking these applications, we do have mechanisms even at the Indian Patent Office. So you can find applications which have been granted in less than 1 year. We don't do
Yeah.
it at the university level primarily because it involves additional cost. So in normal course, the publication is automatic and it takes 18 months. But then you can request for an early publication and you can also request for an expedited examination. So in that cases, you can
Okay.
reduce the timelines for grant of an application. So that was one thing that I would like to
Yeah.
reiterate. And second thing is, as Sachin was saying, even though we have about close to 50,000 odd applications being filed an year, but a substantial number of them are still filed through the national phase or the convention route. That means
you.
most of them come either from outside US, outside India, from US and Europe and other
Mm,
jurisdictions. So we still,
mm,
if you look at the applications which are indigenously filed by Indian applicants, the number is still very low when compared with the total applications filed in India. Yeah, I just wanted to update the stats. Yeah, thank you.
True, Ratish, true. I think you mentioned some very good points on the fast tracking aspect. We were having this discussion with the deputy controller of IPO, wherein government itself has improved a lot from the reducing time perspective. Initially, the average time was around 3.5 to 4 years in India, but now if you look at those applications, the time has reduced to close to 2.5 to 3 years, which is a 1 year improvement in the average aspect. And again, there are absolutely right, you mentioned it, there are certain channels available where you can expedite or request the fast examination, so that examiner will immediately look for your application rather than waiting for 1 year time, just to look at your examination. There are certain routes and tracks available. Also, it depends upon country to country. Like in Singapore recently, what government did, they said that every application which talks about artificial intelligence should be taken care of within less than 6 months. So one could expect that if you're working in AI domain in Singapore, around 6 months time, you can have your patent granted if it, fulfill the norms of, having a new idea, unique idea, not published anywhere in the world. So some good things are happening from the government side also, and as we are closely working with them, we could see the impact in Indian level at the same time, because a lot of university rankings are improving on a global level, and one of the primary parameter of ranking is the research and how many patents, how many activities they are having in India. So national level, international level, a lot of university we could see, like one in IIT Madras is there. Then some of the regional and the local colleges are doing heavily filing in India. So the boost and the impact is there from the IPO side. So it's good to see that our country is improving in terms of the IP activities, and hopefully one day in nearby time we could compete with the larger or the global or the developed nation in terms of filing the IP right. Yeah. Great. So, any further follow-up question? If you have any, please feel free to drop an email. I'm typing the email on the chat box. It's ip@lexisnexis.com. We'll try to answer your question, and the recording will be available, which I will share tomorrow with everyone. And I hope that session was knowledgeable to you. The IP cell is doing amazing work, and Ratish is the person who is handling the work over there. And it was good to see that how the university is taking care not only just for their own invention but also from the partner areas. So it's a pleasure to have associated with the university in organizing this webinar.
Yeah. Thank you, Sachin. Just maybe any further questions?